to surrender all things to Him. Let us go to the book of Matthew, chapter number 7. Matthew, chapter number 7. We do thank God for you being here today, and we are so honored for your presence as well as your obedience. It's been a very interesting but tough week for many in our country. And we do thank God for His saving grace and mercy. Matthew 7, are you ready? Let's go to verse 24. I thank God for all that has been done today and all that has been said. But I thank Him for His word. Matthew 7:24. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. I want to use as a subject text today, being ready when the storm comes. I was going to ask a question. You can be seated. Will you be ready when the storm comes? But then something in my spirit just wasn't at peace with asking the question, because there's something I want to reveal to you in this that will help you understand being ready when the storm comes. We must all learn to build on the rock in order to withstand the storms of life. I don't know about you, but if you'll notice that whenever a subdivision is started from the ground, the first thing that is done is they have to go in and prepare the soil. They have to go in and get the ground level and ready. And they get all that soil that will erode and wash away with just a minor rainstorm. And they scrape it down and they compact it and they get it ready in order to lay a foundation. Everything needs a foundation if it's going to stand. But I need to let you know that the reason I didn't ask the question, will you be ready? Sometimes as much as we prepare, and sometimes as much as we try to build it on everything that would stand, there are storms that will knock it out. So being ready when the storm comes is what we want to focus on. On last week, we had one of the worst storms, Hurricane Michael, to hit the eastern part of our country. This storm was unlike any other storm, and Although it was compared to Hurricane Florence, it was much more powerful and much more destructive. It caused winds to stir in excess of 155 miles per hour. It totally wiped out neighborhoods and businesses in its path. I just want you to picture this as I'm giving it to you. Just seeing something that was sitting on concrete, which is a rock, wiped out, flattened, and gone. This storm was a storm that many thought they were ready for. We've had many storms before. We just gonna ride it out. Just like many of you sitting in here, things hit your life and you say, well, I've had some stuff before that I've gone through, so I'm gonna ride this one out too. But you found out that this was unlike any other storm you've ever been in. This one never flipped your emotions to the place that your emotions have been flipped. You never felt this deeply like you feel right now. You didn't know you could get knocked down to this level. You didn't know you could go to this limit. You didn't know this thing could break you like this. You did not know that this storm would level your life in the way in which it has. You thought you was ready because you had 2 words from the Bible in you. And you found out that you were not ready for what you just got faced with. Oh, yes, but see, a lot of times when we say that we're ready for the storm and we're going to ride it out, it's because we've been through a few things. But what I'm learning about life is there are some things that get you ready for some things. But sometimes God gets you ready in the storm. Uh-oh, y'all ain't talking with me now. See, everything won't get you ready for every storm. Sometimes you have to learn while the storm is happening. Sometimes you got to learn how to be moving while the storm is on the way. Sometimes you got to learn how to get to higher ground while the storm is coming. Sometimes you may leave in the midst of the storm. Oh, y'all ain't talking. But I'm reminded that it doesn't matter how many storms you've been through, you will not be completely prepared to handle all that will come in the next one. I would imagine that many of the people that lived in Florida, because they lived on the coast of Florida, they thought that, hey, well, I've seen this before. It's just a little wind and a whole lot of rain, and the water will get up 2 or 3 feet and we'll be all right. But baby, it went to 13 feet, you weren't ready for that. You can get ready for 3 or 4 feet, and you can go to a little higher ground. You can leave the first floor and go to the second floor. But when it's 13 feet, baby, you end up in the attic with nowhere to, you know what I'm talking about. You don't have any food, you don't have a restroom, you don't have any water. The water you can't drink, but do you see where we at? See, some of you have ended up trying to weather your storm, but you tried to weather it without being on the rock. I'm trying to help you in here. See, God uses every storm to teach us new lessons. And we must take heed to all warnings and seek higher ground. I'm reminded of when CNN interviewed Mayor Gilliam in Tallahassee. He told them that we're ready for this storm, and you can go ahead and come on to Tallahassee because we're prepared, and just seek higher ground. Leave the south and come north. Well, I found out the storm hit Tallahassee. So I don't know whether they were actually as ready as they thought they were. See, sometimes you can't predict what's going to happen with God. In fact, there are many times you will never predict or understand what God is going to do. You may go through something and say, well, I thought I had this figured out, but you don't have it figured out. I thought I would know what to do if this happened to my child. I thought I would know what to do when this happened to my wife, and I thought I would know what to do if my husband ended up in a bad situation, and I thought I would be able to pray and get through it, but this thing has put a weight on me that I didn't know that I would be under. Being prepared for the storm when it comes. The Bible says in the first 2 verses of Psalm 121, I look up to the hills. But where does my help come from? I remember Mayor Gilliam saying, seek higher ground. I look up to the hills. Where does my help come from? All of my help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. And then the writer of Psalm 123:1 said, Lord, I look upward. I lift up my eyes to you. You who live and enthroned in heaven. That's where I look. Because I need more strength. I need some help. Because this storm here is different than the ones I've gone through. Yes, we got through that last little bit of argument we had as a husband and a wife, but this storm has tested my fiber. This storm has hurt me down to my bones. This storm has left me wondering if I'm a good husband or if I'm a good wife. This storm made me wonder if I should have been married altogether. I'm trying to figure out if I'm really ready for this storm. Oh, y'all ain't acting like y'all know nothing about being married and having storms in your life, but maybe after I get finished, you will understand. How many of you are prepared for the storms that come into your life, such as marital problems, children problems, financial problems, vehicle problems, neighbor problems, job problems? I mean storms. Got fired storms. Got laid off storm. Oh, got hurt by somebody close to you storm. But you prepared. You prepared. Yeah, but what happens when you feel like I want to be ready, but I lack the knowledge to know how to be ready? I lack the training I need in order to know how to get through the storm. I lack the love that I should have got at home that I never got. And I lack belonging to something that's meaningful, a community of believers or a family that believes. Pastor, I want to be ready and I want to get ready, but I just don't have the knowledge, the training, the love, and the belonging that I need to get ready. What do you do when you don't have what you need? I'm glad you asked. How can we prepare for these storms? First of all, you must walk in obedience in order to become wise. Many people are smart, but we don't have many wise. We got a lot of people with degrees. We got a lot of people with degrees, but don't know how to keep $1. My daddy often asks, he said, what do they teach people in college? I said, well, Daddy, they don't teach them nothing about keeping money, because if you look around in our culture suffering from understanding money, period. We don't know that you can make 50 cents and you spend $1, you're going to be broke. It's simple, but it's just like that. You can't make 50 cents and spend $1. You always 50 in the hole. Knowledge. I need knowledge so I can be ready. If you always look in the bank and never put nothing in there, you can't go looking for nothing to be there in return. Knowledge. So when the storm of finances come, how you going to be ready when it comes? Help me in here, Holy Ghost. They're getting quiet. See, one of the biggest problems we got in our culture is money. But it ain't because we don't spend it. It's because we don't know how to use it. So when we need it, we'll have it. Y'all ain't talking to me. So who suffers? The household suffer. Our community suffer. And especially our churches. Because we didn't prepare for the storm. Y'all talking to me today? Storm. I need to walk in obedience in order to become wise. See, you must hear with the intent of putting his sayings into practice. Now, when you look at that 24th verse, what did he say? Let's go back to the 24th verse. He said, therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine, and then do what? Do them, meaning whoever put them into practice. Barry White wrote a song before he died. You got to practice what you what? You go around telling everybody else what to do, but you don't do it. What good is that if your testimony jacked up? You need to be practicing what you preach. Because if you want power in your testimony, it ought to be affecting you instead of just what you say that you hope will affect somebody else. Come on in here and talk to me. Talk to me. he said, whoever hear and do these things. You got to hear with the intent of practicing. How many of y'all come to church just to say, Pastor, you sounded good? That was a sweet sermon. It tasted real good. But you have no intent once you go out that double door of living anything I said to you in here or over there for Bible study. How you going to get ready for anything when you don't hear what I'm telling you? You may have heard it, but did you hear with the intent of practicing what you heard?
Help us.
I'm going to keep going. You ain't got to say nothing. You must hear with the intent of putting this into practice. James 1:22 said, do not deceive who? Yourself. You ain't fooling me. You're fooling yourself. Because as soon as the storm comes, I'm going to know what you know. As soon as it hit your household, Pastor going to know what's going to happen to you. Well, he wasn't listening. She wasn't listening. It's going to tell on you. All the teaching is going to tell on you whether you got it or not when your storm comes. Whew, didn't get nothing in. He said, don't deceive yourselves by just listening to his word. He said, instead, you need to put it into practice. James 1:22. Put it into practice. So the first thing we got to do is we got to walk in obedience in order to become wise. He that lack wisdom, let him do what? Ask. You got to ask. The next thing you need to learn is we must have Christ's word as our foundation. The word of God must be your foundation. Again, in verse 24, look what he said. He said, I liken him unto a man, a wise man, who built his house upon what? A rock. You got your house built on a rock, you got it on a good foundation. Who is the rock? Jesus is the rock. In fact, 1 Corinthians 3:11 says, for no one can lay a foundation other than the one which is already laid, and that foundation is who? Jesus Christ. The rock is Christ, and the foundation is what? The cross. We don't talk about the cross much now because we like to talk about a lot of other stuff, but we don't like to talk about death and the cross. Because if we start talking about that, that means we got to change something. Because he died for us to change. Okay. So if Jesus is the rock and the cross is the foundation, then I need to get hooked up with both of them. So that when the storm comes, I can be ready. Come on. I'm just trying to tell y'all sitting around here acting like ain't no storm coming in your life. Baby, you going to live this life, I can assure you, there's some category 5 storms that's going to come into your life that's going to knock you out your shoes. And if you don't know Jesus, if you don't have a foundation in the rock, you ain't going to be able to stand under the pressure that's going to hit you.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Don't be sitting in here looking like I'm Willie Lump. Galatians 1:8-9 said, but even if we are, an angel from heaven should preach to you a gospel that is different from the one we preach to you, may he be condemned to hell. Run around here listening to all this sweet gospel if you want to. That's what they call it. Sweet gospel.
All right.
I can remember when they told me years ago, baby, you can't eat too much sugar. Too much sugar will mess up your system. Too much sugar will lock your valve. Too much sugar will cause you to lose your teeth. Too much sugar will mess you up. Baby, too much of this sugary word we getting around here now will mess you up too. Yes, sir. Be very careful. Yes. Well, you just got to keep it sweet and positive. I'm good with the positive, but you're going to have to take the good with the bad, baby. Right. And some penicillin ain't sweet. Come on. All right now. All the medicine the doctor give you don't taste like bubblegum. That's all right now. Hello, somebody. He said, we have said it before, and now I'll say it again. If anyone preaches to you a gospel that is different from the one you accepted, he said, may he be condemned to hell. That's what the writer of Galatians 1:8-9 says. Amen. So we better watch out with all this sweet gospel. That stuff that's telling you that you can keep living any way you want to, and God will bless you any kind of way you need him to. The devil is a lie. Come on, Pastor. He may reign on the just as well as the unjust, but he said, be ye holy, for I am holy too. Ain't getting many amens now. Number 3, we must accept that your life will be tested. Yeah. Oh, they ain't talking. Except that it's going to be tested. But you got to remember now, even though your life will be tested, you are immovable.
Yeah.
See, y'all ain't talking.
Yeah. That's good, yeah.
The storm going to come. Life going to happen. Marriage is going to run through some things. Children ain't going to always listen to what you say. The job ain't going to keep you 30, 40 years like they did when I started. You're going to end up getting sent out when you thought you were going to get ready to leave and retire. They're going to lay off when it's almost time for you to get your money. They're going to lay you off over misunderstanding. They're going to get rid of you for nothing just because. Y'all better wake up. Life will get tested. All right, now. Life will test you. And that's the way life is. You ain't going to live this life rosy and peachy every day.
That's right.
Don't wake up and say, oh, well, this will be a sweet day. Nothing is going to happen to me. Baby, it's going to happen before you leave your house.
Come on. All right. You preaching now.
He already got you. You walking around here fooling yourself, talking about ain't nothing going to happen. All right. We got to know that life will be tested. Our lives will be tested, but we are immovable. Psalm 139 says it like this. Watch this. Psalm 139:23, he said, explore me. Search me. Look me through. Check me out. Oh God, and know the real me. Sometimes I wonder if y'all know how or would the Lord be able to bless y'all.
Yeah.
Because some of y'all he don't know. Y'all fooling folks so much. Y'all didn't catch that.
Wow.
Y'all fooling folks so much that y'all confused. Y'all fooling folks so much y'all confused. And then y'all want God to bless me. He said, I will, but I don't know which one it is. I'm supposed to be blessing. Will you stand up and be the real you? I'm going to read the scripture again, then you're going to see what I just said. Explore me, oh God, and know the real me. The real me. Not the one that I can put on when I leave Fresh Bread. The real me. The one that when I go home, my family know who it is. The one that when I leave home, everybody next door to me know who it is. When I go to the job, they know the real me. They want to know the real you. Because see, God can work through the real you. But see, he ain't gonna do too much to that fake you. You know how it is right now. Everybody's saying, beware of all Facebooks are hacked. If my Facebook get hacked and y'all see something stupid on it, y'all know that ain't pastor.
Come on. That's right.
So y'all know the real thing. Go back since I signed up and you won't see nothing foolish on my page. Because they know the real me, baby. See, I had to throw my mask away a long time ago because after a while you get up and you don't know which one to put on.
Jesus.
Work on that one a little while. See, he said, explore me, oh God, and know the real me. But watch this now. He said, dig deeply and discover who I am. See, it's the deep digging that he finds out who you really are.
Yeah.
See, we find out just how good we build stuff when the wind blows. Sweep it right off the pillars. Right off the foundation. Woo, they cut a few corners on that one. I'm trying to show y'all something. Some of y'all is laying on the foundation you're supposed to be on. I ain't putting you down. I'm just telling you, your foundation needs some work. That's all I'm saying. Your foundation needs some work. Because every little thing knocks you off your foundation. And in most stuff that people wouldn't even turn their head at. And it's knocking you off your foundation. Let me help you. I didn't figure that he already had to told y'all this wasn't going to be no shouting day. He told you. Y'all didn't hear that though, did you? See, watch this now. He said, dig deeply and discover who I am. On the surface, all of us look good. On the surface, all of us look churchy. On the surface, all of us know how to say and when to say the right thing. But when you dig deep,
Come on.
you're going to find out how your love is.
Jesus.
You're going to find out whether you really got peace or not.
Yeah.
You're going to really find out whether you're gentle or not.
That's right.
You're going to really find out whether there's meekness and kindness in you. Yeah. See, you keep wondering why it is that you keep running up against all these people. Pastor, I don't know what it is, but these folks just act like they can't stand me at work. Baby, it ain't about them folks standing you. God showing you who you are, and He's trying to get you beyond who you are. And that's why you got that person on your job in front of you. That's why this going on at home. That's why this going on when you're at church, because you keep seeing what you need to work on. Pastor, we don't like these kind of messages. Tell us we're going to get something. You are going to get something. You're going to get saved. Watch this. Dig deep. See, I'm trying to help you all get your family together and right so that your children can have the right example to follow. Yeah. Watch this now. If you become the real you, you can show them the real them. Yeah. But if you fake, you train your children how to grow up and be fake. He said, put me to the test and watch how I handle the strain. Meaning when you try my inward life, watch this, I'm going to handle it. Pastor, I saw you looking a little down. Yeah, baby, it hurt, but I got to keep going. Yes. My smile ain't for back. It ain't so back that you can't see my eyes today, but I'm still smiling. Yeah. It ain't like it used to be, but all is well. God got it. And I know He'll do it, even if He don't do it today. Yeah. You don't seem happy. Oh, it's all right. Because I know He got it. Yeah. Because see, when He said peace be still, He says, what He's saying is silence. That's what He said, silence. Jesus. Silence. Be still. Silence. Be still. So when He tests my inner life, what He's telling me is, I want you to learn how to let your inner man be still, even though everything outside of you is in a storm. Yes, yes, yes. I'm going to give you the peace that passes all understanding, but I got to teach you how to do it. And the way I'm going to teach you is through the storm. See, isn't it interesting that when Jesus was on the boat, He was down in the bottom of the boat asleep, and the boys on top of the boat was looking at a storm, and they were going crazy. But Jesus was in the boat, in the inward part of the boat, asleep. Jesus was in the inward part of the boat, asleep. They were on the outside of the boat, going crazy. But Jesus was on the inner part of the boat, asleep. I'm trying to help somebody, because many of y'all say you got your stuff built on the rock, but the rock ain't in you sleeping when you got hell going on all around you. But if He's on the inward part of the boat, sleep, then you ought to be able to say, oh, peace be still. I got Him sleeping in the boat. We're going to be all right because He's with me. Inward part of the boat. Inward part of the boat asleep. 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 Asleep on the storm. I remember when we would have storms in the day I was growing up. I don't know what it was about them old people. Go somewhere, sit down, and be still. The Lord is working. So they told you to go sit down somewhere and be still. I'm trying to help y'all. And y'all just think I'm telling stories. But the truth is, what they were telling us was real. Yes. When your storm comes, you ought to go somewhere and sit down and be still and see the salvation of the Lord. I keep hearing folks say, well, Pastor, I'm just going to keep myself busy, baby. You need to sit down. Yeah. You need to sit down. Because your peace and your rest going to come through you sitting down here in God. Yeah. Because He's on the inward. He's in the inward part of the boat. He's in the boat. So if you want the storm to calm down, let the one in the boat get out. Because when he get up, all He's going to do is come up. He's going to wake up and just speak. Silence. Be still.
Amen. Amen. Have your way, Lord.
Oh, search me, oh God, know the real me. Dig deep and discover who I am. Put me to the test. Watch how I handle the strain. I'm going to handle this. I got this. See, the refining process, according to Zechariah 13:9, says, I will put this 1/3 through the fire. Don't nobody want to go in the fire. Don't nobody want to go in the fire. He said, and I'm going to refine them all as silver is refined. Test them all as gold is tested. Everybody want gold, but they don't want to burn off the stuff to make it gold.
Come on now.
Everybody want to look good, want to sound good, want to shine like gold. But baby, dross have to be taken off of gold before it shines. Yeah. And the only way you get it off is in fire. Yeah. So how many of y'all really want to look like Jesus? Yeah. You want to sound like Jesus. Yeah. You want to walk like Jesus. Baby, you got to go through the fire.
That's right. That's right. Yes.
Pastor, these kind of messages hurt. Come on, keep moving. They will invoke my name. Trust in my promises. Y'all better hear this because he's talking to us. He said they're going to use my name. They're going to trust in my promises. And he said, I'm going to answer them. He answers us right now. But then we'll turn around and leave him high and dry. The storm comes, we blow away. Gone. But he said, I will announce these are my people. He still loves us, just like he said earlier. He loved us so much. He said nothing can separate us. And he said they will confess the Lord is our God. Let me keep moving and close. Number 4, we must know and accept that careless hearing sets us up for destruction. Careless hearing sets us up for destruction. How many of y'all come to church? Y'all just hear me up here. The sound is coming out of these speakers, but you didn't hear that. Careless hearing. Careless hearing. Careless hearing. Pastor, I don't really know what you're talking about, but I was there today. I was there. I went to church. That's what Grandma told me to do. I went to church. Careless hearing. Careless hearing. Watch this now. Watch this. Careless hearing is the same as shallow hearing. And you know anything shallow, you don't want it. If you fish in shallow water, you find minnows. Big fish don't swim in shallow waters.
Yeah.
Some of y'all trying to find big blessings in shallow water. You ever wonder why the Lord told them boys launch out into the deep? Some of y'all trying to launch out and get something big in shallow waters, and you're not gonna get it. You want a college blessing with a pre-K degree.
Jesus!
I'm gonna say it again. You want a college blessing with a pre-K degree in the spirit.
Come on, sir.
Not gonna happen. When I go fishing and I notice that all I'm getting is nibbles and they just eating up my bait, I got to find the deepest part of the lake because there's too many little fish over here. And let me tell y'all something. See, I gotta help you.
Come on.
I gotta help you.
Come on.
The reason that all the little fish hang in shallow water
Come on, big dog.
because they can't defend themselves. And if they go to the deep, you know what they get? Ate up. I'm trying to help y'all. See, some of y'all got a circle of friends. All y'all do is hang in shallow water. And every time you turn around, y'all ain't doing nothing nibbling. Just nibbling on stuff that God wants you to have. All you're doing is nibbling. That's because you're hanging out in shallow water all the time. You will never let your faith grow stronger. You will never go deeper in the word. You will never get a deeper prayer life. You will never get committed in church. You just hanging out in shallow water. All you get is a nibble. All you get is never blessing. Baby, you're going to have to launch at some point. Little fish hang in shallow water because if they go to deep water, big fish eat them up. But I'm going to show y'all something. All the little fish in the shallow water together. They grow slow. Because there's so many of them. Oh, look at here. I'm trying to help them, man. JD, don't even know. See, the more you hang around with little minnows and shallow water, you don't grow fast. You grow slow. Because there's so many of y'all, and ain't nobody trying to help the other one grow. All y'all want to do is just keep nipping. Just keep nipping. We comfortable right here, Pastor. Just leave us alone. We don't want no responsibility. We don't want to do it no more. We don't want to make it no harder. We want it easy. Baby, if you're going to stay in shallow water, you're going to become bait. I'll let you think on that one. Careless hearing is the same as shallow hearing, meaning you have no desire to understand truth. It ain't that you can't understand it, you don't desire to understand it. Ooh, Pastor, you throwing big rocks. You don't want to understand it. Because if you want to, he said, he that lack wisdom, let him ask. And he said, I give it freely. Let me give the last point and sit down. The last point, we must know that false trust will always produce spiritual failure. False trust will produce spiritual failure. Do you know when you put false trust in something, or put trust in the wrong place, what's going to happen? You know, it used to be that we could be guaranteed 30 years, 35, 40 years, good retirement. And we used to trust that. Well, guess what? Put your trust in it now. They'll get you to year 29 and send you out with a severance packet that wasn't even close. Y'all with me? See, watch this. Insecurity is always produced by false confidence. If y'all put your confidence in me instead of the Lord, you're going to be insecure. Because every time you want me to fulfill something that I can't, you're going to start, oh, well, this ain't real. Yeah. That's what I told y'all. I don't want you to just come in here talking about, ooh, I love fresh bread, I love this, and I'm going to just stay with fresh bread, and I'm going to do this. No, I want you to be saying, I love the Lord, he heard my cry, I'm going to be committed to the Lord, and I'm going to do what he wants till I die. Because if you be committed to God, and he's telling you what to do in fresh bread, you're going to do it. Amen. But if you ain't committed to the Lord, you ain't doing what you're supposed to do in here. Now, don't lie to me, but you just tell it a lie to yourself. That's right. Because if you commit to God, you'll obey in here. Okay. Insecurity is always produced by false confidence. Watch this. Proverbs 28:26 says, he who trusts confidently in his own heart is a fool. You know, a lot of people say, follow your heart. Man, my heart, no, I would not follow this heart right here. Because the few times I have, y'all get quiet. I want y'all to hear what I'm about to say. I would not follow my heart, because if I do, it will give me what I want. And what I want is what my flesh wants. And what my flesh wants is not what God wants. So how many of y'all follow your heart? He who trusts confidently in his own heart is a fool. But he who walks in wisdom will be rescued. God's wisdom. And Mark 10:24 says it like this. The disciples were amazed and bewildered by his words. But Jesus said to them again, children, how difficult it is for those who place their hope and confidence in riches to enter the kingdom of heaven. Listen to me good, and I'm closing. How many folks left Florida with all their hope in their stuff? Do y'all hear me? In their stuff. And now they go back, it's gone. And they wish they were dead. Baby, it ain't that serious. It's not that serious. Because right now, all of us, right now, we don't know what's happening in our houses. We could get home and it could be gone. But where's your hope? Where's your trust? What I'm telling you is put your trust and your faith in the rock, Jesus Christ. All this other stuff is sinking sand. When it's gone, if you're on the rock, you can still stand. I want to tell y'all this. I love you. But I need to know, are you going to be ready when the storm comes? Because they're coming. Are you going to be ready? The doors are open.